What's up, guys? It's the newbie disc golfer here with the Storm Disc Crater review. The Crater is a overstable putt and approach disc with flight numbers 3, 2, 0, and 3. If you look at it, it's pretty flat, kind of like the zone is, but there is the little poppy, kind of domes up to the middle, but it still has that super overstable flight and finish. It's a little slower than a zone, and you can definitely tell when you're throwing it, it wants to get down a little quicker. But also, it still has that consistent fade that you get out of a zone. You can put it on that anhyzer and force it over, but it's going to fight out right away and try to find the ground. I found that it skips less than a zone. My zone can kind of get out and hit the ground and kind of skid pretty far, which can be useful, but this is kind of nice if you need to just hit something, let it kind of slide and stick. The plastic feels really good, really grippy, really firm, sturdy. It doesn't get slick. Kind of has that like look like it'll get slick, but really when the rain comes, you can trust that your grip's going to be there and it's not going to slide out of your hand. I really like it so far. If you need that overstable putt and approach disc, if you're looking for something that you like, I would definitely try the Crater. Feels really nice and everything. You can see from the profile, the underside has that kind of thin, very shallow like slope, but then very solid flat edge right here. A lot more blunt than a lot of the other overstable. Kind of similar to the zone here. The zone has a little smaller bottom part, but a little like wider angle there. You can kind of see quite a bit of difference, but they do fly very similar. The zone being a little faster and not very noticeable, but there is a little bit. You can see my zone pretty much board flat. This is pretty much the same. Like I said, there's that little bit of pop, but really, like, I don't, maybe just add some extra glide. Can't complain about it. Feels nice to throw. As you'll check the videos, you can see it holds up to the zone very well. I think this is something people should look into. Flies really nice and just all around really cool. Love the stamp. Super awesome. Okay, so now we're going to get into some footage of me throwing the Crater in a couple zones, just kind of get a side-by-side view. To start off, we threw it on a baby hyzer, and it does a really good job holding the hyzer angle that I put it on and just fighting down to the ground like you want from an overstable putt and approach disc. The next shot, we put on a more straight, maybe a little bit of anhyzer. Really does a good job coming out straight, but pretty much starting to fight away right after it gets up in the air and dumps to the ground like you want. I hit the zone a little left, so it's a little hard to tell, but it does fly very similar with kind of that same angle you put on. Now we're going to put on a lot more anhyzer, and you can see it flipped up for a second, but instantly went back left, flew straight for a little bit, just to end with that nice hard finish left, like you want on that fade 3. The zone, you can see, does pretty much the same thing. It's a little lower, so it doesn't really have the same flight time, but it does look very similar if you watch it. So probably the weakest point in my game is this turnover flick, but you can get a very good view from it. It kind of holds that anhyzer, gets a little to the left, and then fights right back to the right and gets to the ground. And now if you see the zone, it has almost the exact same flight, maybe a little more glide on that anhyzer, but it really seems to follow that same flight. And that's the Storm Disc Crater. Hope you enjoyed.